All right, welcome back. So I want to do another review of the P320 XCARRY. It's been a while since I've done one. I was going to go do a shooting review today of it to start, but I guess we're going to start with the cleaning and general 300 meter look at the suppressor, which is the Rugged Obsidian 9, which is the modular, the pistol, and the spring kit that I had to get to fine tune it so that it worked with the suppressor. So let's dive right in. And I'd like to thank our sponsors. There are none. Me, I'm the sponsor. Thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. It'll help the channel grow. Let's get right into it. So, to start with, we have the bottom of it. Wow, that was perfect. So, I actually haven't cleaned it down since the last competition, and I'm terribly embarrassed about that because it got a little dirty. So, we're going to wipe it down, oil it. I'll show you the grease I use. I like to actually use grease more than oil. It sticks with it better, and I just like it more. It doesn't run all out of the firearm while you're using it, so just a quick wipe down is all that's needed. The P320 pistol grip portion of it has the flat trigger, phenomenal trigger. It's got a flared mag well. Put it down here so you can get another view of it. And the grip is tungsten weighted. I don't know the exact weight. You'd have to look it up for that, but it's 9mm. It really doesn't recoil that much, but I do like it. It just feels good in the hand. I like a heavy pistol. I don't like a super lightweight pistol. Excuse me. All right, so we got the upper. You know, both of them. So the upper has suppressor height sights. They are tritium for night sights. The rear sight is adjustable for both windage and elevation, which comes in handy when you add a suppressor to it. It does have the mill cutout for the red dot, which I will be putting on, but I will warn you, you have to get a red dot that has the rear sight built into it. So that limits your options. Sig has one, not super cheap, but it is going to be going on here before too long. I think it's a Romeo Pro, or it's our new one that actually was for their military contract. So it really doesn't get, you can see that and the focus is in good. It really doesn't get too terribly dirty. That grease, I think the grease makes a nicer cleanup. So clean out the rails. Nothing has to be army clean, because let's be fair, army clean was army clean so that they could keep you there busy before they allowed you to turn your weapons in. This is the grease I like to use. It is the Breakthrough Technologies Battle-Born grease. It really works good. I like it. Not a lot to say. I can't make that exciting. So barrel. Let's see if you can see down that. No, probably can't. Whoop. Not very well. Anyway, there's a little bit of residue left inside of it. I'm just shooting Freedom Munitions ammunition. I think like 147 or 135s. Full metal jacket. It's got a threaded barrel for a suppressor, and it also has a threaded cap, which I took off for the last competition because it kept coming loose. Even when I tightened it down good, I didn't want to lose it, so I just took it off. And you have to have it off for disassembly and reassembly. So there's that barrel. I really am a fan of the bore snake type cleaning tool. It just makes it very convenient, easy. If you don't have one, you need to get one. They are stupid easy to clean out a barrel of your firearm, unless you get one that's phenomenally carbon fouling and you really need that. Do it about twice, call it good. Perfect. Now, onto the spring. This is an aftermarket spring. Get it close. I had to get, it's the DPM recoil reduction spring. Because when I first put the suppressor on, it was short cycling. And if you know pistol suppressors, everything's going to work perfect. And especially if you have a tilting barrel pistol like a P320, Glock, and all the newer ones, you'll see your barrel tilts. 1911s, I think FNs are a straight recoil. They don't tilt, the barrel doesn't tilt, so they're less finicky, but it was finicky. It took me a little bit to dial it in, but it works good now. That really is all there is to the pistol. So, I like the grease. Put a little bit on your finger. Look at the small of the window here. Any bit of shiny metal, I put some on. I put some on the rails, and I don't really feel bad about putting a bunch on here because it helps your firearm work. All right, same thing with the inside of the pistol. Anything that looks like it's a metal-bearing surface, I get a little grease on. Grease, oil, probably doesn't matter, but I like grease because it sticks to it better than oil. Reassembly. I struggled the one time reassembling this pistol because I couldn't get the barrel goes in, slide it back. You'll notice on your spring, there's a flat side and a round side. Always flat side goes up. Let me show you down in here. Flat side goes up like this. Otherwise, it'll catch. And it won't actually allow you to get the pistol far enough back and engage the... I don't even know what that part's called. So anyway, we're just going to do it like this. Slide it together. Lock it to the rear with your bolt hole open. Rotate that around till it's flat. That's your takedown lever. Release it forward, and it's just to go all the way forward. You're good to go. I like to do a functions check. Works fantastic. Now, on to the suppressor. This is the Rugged Obsidian 9 9mm suppressor. It is adjustable in length, 2 different lengths. I like the long length. It's really quiet. The short length, you can definitely hear it more. And we're going to put a video up here pretty quick. So like I said, subscribe, and you can catch the difference as I shoot dueling tree with straight pistol, long length, short length. You got your piston. It's got a little bit of carbon fouling on it. This thing, pistol suppressors run dirty. I just like to put some grease in here. Just grease it up so it slides good. It seemed to help after I really greased it and cleaned off what it came from the factory with. It was after then that it started cycling right, so there's something to that. This is your lower housing for your baffles. It just screws into the bottom of it. Fits in there pretty snug. It doesn't have to be super tight. There's no wrenching, or I just go until it stops. There you go. Now, got some fingerprints on the outside of it. Not a big deal. I got the flat dark earth because outside of OD green, that is God's color. So your baffle on the inside is one piece baffle, and it is numbered. It says number 1. Let me turn so you can see it right. Wow. There we go. Number 1. That goes, the first one goes. It's got a keyhole in it. It free rotates in there. There are, not on this one actually, so it's just a smooth base. I put some grease on the outside of it because it can actually get pretty much a bear to get apart. So I like to grease it up. I'm still working on this filming bit to get it the right angles, right cameras. I like the vlog setup, better camera, better speaker. Just goes right in, nothing to it. Now, here's your upper section. Notice how it is considerably shorter than your bottom. It actually has 2 separate baffle stacks. They're not numbered, but your big one goes in first. They are cut out on the sides here. And I'll show you on this other little video here. You can see there's cutouts on the sides, so they actually, you will put them together and they actually do clip together. I'll show you. So they clip together. You can see the gap there. And you just keep turning it until they line up just right. And then, like I said, it just snaps together. That keeps your internal keyholes aligned. Again, drop it in. Now, this is your end cap. It is replaceable, which is good because the first day I had it out and it started working good, it loosened up a little bit on the threads and I had a baffle strike. $70, they're not cheap, but they're an over-the-counter item. No, okay, let me back up. It wasn't a baffle strike, it was an end cap strike. The baffles were safe, but you just order a new piece, they send it to you in the mail. Okay, so here would be your short configuration, which it is louder. I like the long configuration because I'm not that concerned with weight. Screwed in, it's got a little gasket in there. Just tighten it up. That is your long configuration. Just screw this in. Wow, those guys make this whole video thing look so easy. To get the right angles and not be staring one way and looking at the camera. A lot to learn there. So, and I got fingerprints all over it, so I'm going to wipe it down, which also puts a light coat of oil. Assemble. Snug it up pretty good. There you go. And that is your P320 XCARRY with the tungsten grip, flared base, and the rugged Obsidian 9 modular suppressor. And I use this pistol for my carry gun, competition gun, fun shooting gun, the whole 9 yards. Because I like to be good with what I'm competing with. That's the best way to That's the best way to practice. So that pretty much covers the extent of it. Get another little view here of it. Once again, I like it. And as far as pistols I have to compare it with, I've had the M&P. I think it was a second edition of it, the M&P 2. I had the Shield, a Smith & Wesson Shield. That pistol had an awful trigger in it. I have a Glock, which isn't bad. I like them, but I like the grips on this one better. Got 1911. I've shot the Beretta in the military. What was it, 92? Whatever wore out chunk of garbage they gave us in their service that you had to. It was like shooting a Filipino bow. You had to know which way the arrow went when you picked it up. So yeah, I've shot a few pistols. Done more competition with pistols and rifles. I really like this. It's a heavier pistol. I like a heavy pistol. I like the 1911, the feel and the weight. And this bigger pistol grip really does fit my hand good. And I'm 6'2", 220. So if you have really small hands, you might not like this pistol. But if you do have normal sized hands, or even big hands, I think it'll fit good. The flared magwell, you can get by that with practice, but it is handy when you're trying to be in a hurry and just slide it right in and you're good to go. So anyway, that about covers it. So thanks for sticking around. I hope the wind dies down here in the next day or two and I can get out and get a video up for actually reviewing the performance of this suppressor on the pistol. So stick around.